Good afternoon and welcome. Yes, today is episode 4 of the Tomodachi game. Now, here's the thing. I get it. After 3 episodes of this, giving it a good rating of a 7.22 right now, I can see why people like this show. I mean, it's a top 10 favorite. It's not in top 3. I get why people don't really like Tomodachi game in terms of how rushed it is. But believe me, guys, read the manga because the manga gets more in depth than ever, especially where they're covering. And the way I see it, the way I'm the way I'm looking at this, comparing to the manga perspective, I could say it's gonna cover at least 20 chapters, give give or take. But at least I see it going to like the 20s if they go that far. Now, after last week, Tenji revealed himself to be the traitor, quote parentheses S traitors, because there's more traitors than you think. You think Tenji playing the role of him stealing 20 million yen was more than that? No, no. See, there's secrets. There's more revealing stories behind his backstory, and we're gonna get that later on because again, there's more to it than meets the eye. There's more to that. So, without further ado, let's get right to it with the Tomodachi game episode 4 review. So, with secrets to Tomodachi game, this episode tells you one thing. There's sides of a coin. There's two faces. You know what I mean? Two faces. Two-face. Okay, just like bitch ass mommy from Rent a Girlfriend, there's always like in our life we have a two-face side. You know what I mean? And or two sides of a coin. Or you could describe it as our hands are dirty. In life, our hands are dirty. Let's not front and say, oh, our hands are clean. No, no, no. Sometimes our hands get dirty, and sometimes we have a dark side. And Tenji's perspective, being that he playing the role really well. Now I get it. Y'all hate Tenji on the glasses Tenji guy because of what he does. His betrayal to Shiro. Shiho. Him following Shiho since day one. You know, knowing everybody's secret. You know, he's playing that really well. And I get it, y'all don't like that, but you gotta admit, for a traitor like him, he's actually doing really well. He's actually like playing that slimy role, like wrap around his finger type vibe. Where he's like, Shiro, I trust you. You trust me. I got you. I got you. We're friends, aren't we? Those kind of things. And you think, and I'm like, wow, he's actually doing it. He has everything planned out. He want to break the trust. He wants to break the trust. He wants to have everything planned out. It's like looking at looking at Tenji and Yuichi's the main guy. I gotta get to that main guy. Yuichi and Tenji is more like the Light and L Death Note rival. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not saying in terms of their like rivals. I'm going by intelligence. Like you know how Light and L have always been one step ahead of each other. One planned out 10 steps ahead. One planned out behind them. But L and Light's rivalry has always been about who is one step ahead of the other, and that's what it is. So when I look at Tenji, he's step ahead. He already got it. So when he wrote down the letter, he had 3 minutes. Now he couldn't leave. He had to wait till 3 minutes is up. So he gave him time to think. And then as soon as he opened the door, he see Yuichi slap Shio in the face. Now I will tell you this. There's a reason why he slapped her, but I ain't going into that detail. There's a reason behind that slap. Trust me. You think that slap was just something? No. Again, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but trust me, that slap means something. That slap means something. And you're going to see why. Because if you, again, look at the puzzles carefully. Tenji had to write a letter within 3 minutes. He did his early, so he had a lot of time. You would think in your mind that think about it. Yuichi must have planned something within 3 minutes. So it's kind of planned out, and he got it. He planned it, and I'm not gonna tell you how it, but you gotta see into that. So after everyone revealed their secrets, more secrets came out, and Yotari, the kind girl that she is, pulling off this fake tears, all that stuff. And to me, that's fake tears, by the way, crying about, oh, I have feelings for Yuichi, you never had it. You know, all that feeling is just bent on it. Now, as they move to the next space, Shio landed on his chance. You know how Monopoly is. You roll a dice, land on the chance. Yeah, Yes, a chance space. Tenji thought like, oh no, we're screwed. Now Shiho landed on a chance space that allows her to pick one person in the group and reveal their darkest secret. Reveal one secret. Tenji thought like, oh, I'm in trouble. I'm so screwed. But then here comes Shibe, the president, blonde hair guy, came in and he's like, oh, I'll do it. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? Listen, in a game like this, Squid Game, Tomodachi Game, Danganronpa, I don't give a crap. Any game like this, you don't make yourself the sacrificial pawn. You don't take the bait. You don't like, hey, I'll do it. No, that's the dumbest thing you don't do. Take the fall. Makoto like, yeah, I'll do it because I got nothing to hide. Guys, this is the Tomodachi game. Again, let's go back. This is the Tomodachi game. This is a game where where they have secrets. They have all of our secrets. They can reveal one of your secrets and about your relatives or anything that you have done. And they can just reveal it just like that. He probably forgot this was the Tomodachi game. You know what I mean? Like, really? You really think the higher ups have something to hide? You really think they have something big to cover? That's what they did. So Makoto's like, okay, I'll do it. What you got on me? Because I got nothing. Oh, you want to reveal it? They got a video of everything. But the main person is his father. Shibe's father. And they found more secrets than any other thing. The father is a total scumbag. Without a doubt. His father is a total scumbag. They revealed that he's been harassing, sexually abusing all these women, go to these criminal organizations. He using money, all that stuff on women, organizations, just to get ahead of people, to not get his bankrupt company, all that stuff, and all of that stuff. And he didn't know. Shiba didn't know. And I said to myself, I said to myself, your father did all this and you didn't know about it? You should know what your father been doing. I mean, like, think about it, guys. Would you tell your parents what you do for a living? I mean, would you tell the parents what they do for a living? I mean, I'm like, Shiba, you gotta know your father did all this stuff. You don't, like, was there anything that he didn't realize that his father was doing? Like, any key evidence to describe what his father been doing? He's all like, I didn't know. I really didn't know. You should know that. I mean, I'm just saying, guys, hear me out for a bit. In this game, if your friend landed on a chance and you take a bullet and then you saw backgrounds of whatever your mom or dad or anybody got these huge secrets, you should know. Like, how do I put this? There's got to be a reason why his father did this. But you don't. But being that the son that he is, you should know what your parents been doing. So looking at him, I'm like, you gotta know. And then once he realized all the things that he been doing, that his father been doing, it's just been sunk in. I'm like, it sunk him. Makoto was like, I didn't know. My dad never did this. He never told me what it. Oh, really? Really? You should have. So everybody was like, they felt bad for him that Shio wanted to help him. But leave it to Tenji's mastermind, manipulative power abilities. He's like, with this, I can use this as an advantage. I can use this for greater good. I can use this to like cover my tracks. So he's like, Shio, get away from him. And then he's like questioning. Then he used all his smart methods to questioning Shiba. He's like, tell me, is this why you took the money? Is this why you think? Is this why you took a bullet for yourself? Maybe that's why. Because you know you got the money. You know that you're in debt, and yet you still have this freakish audacity to come out and say, hey, I'll take the fall. See, you saw something heroic. So you did something so heroic that you don't even care if you was in debt. And that's what Tenji used. He used that idea to wrap around the fingers and suck the life out of Shiro to get the trust out of it. Out of Shibe. And that causes friction because now Shibe is not letting no one listen to him. Even with an explanation like that, you really think the viewers are gonna agree with him? You really think the people are gonna like, yeah, he's lying, he gotta know. He's lying. But now the next level. The next level was Tenji playing like, okay, I'm not gonna write anything. But there was one interesting one. He's like, wait a minute, I didn't write anything. And they said Shibe has murdered someone. And that lingered Tenji's his plan, like, began to crumble. It's like, wait a minute, how's this even possible? There's no freaking way. And that's when Yuichi comes in, because that once Tenji look at Yuichi, he got this sinister mind. He got that look. He knows what he's doing. It's like, how do I put again? If we go back to the light and L thing, like I said before, it's one step ahead of him. So Yuichi is like, here's Tenji right now. He thought he has everything planned out, but here come Yuichi. I was already ahead of you already. I was already like above you. I already had everything planned out before you even had a plan. And that's why, now again, the main character is playing this role really well, given the fact that his backstory is somewhat dark, you get to see more of it. But again, Yuichi is just playing the role of a sweet, innocent guy. But like I said, everybody has a two-face. Just like in the opening. And if you look at the opening, and if you look how Yuichi smile, he has this face that tells you, I'm nice on the inside. I mean, I'm nice on the, how to put this? I could play a role and be nice and trust you guys. But on the inside, I'm that sinister person who I know I can use you as pawns. I know I could trust you, but I'm going to use you. I'm going to use you as a tool. And those are the moments that Yuichi is doing. Tenji did too. But Yuichi's always one step ahead of him. And that's what we got. That's what we got in this. So, I understand this episode was pretty good. It was good. It was good. The downfall, like, I understand Tenji's playing his role as the traitor. Sorry, he's playing the role as the traitor. He's playing his role as the guy we already know, but there's a reason why this happens. And if you look closely in this episode, when he said he was a year older, there's a reason why he's in this predicament. And I'm not going to go into details about this. Based on what we got in this 4th episode of Tomodachi game, given what we got from the manga perspective, I'll say it's going to be at least 20 chapters. It's going to be at least 20 chapters right now. I'm waiting for when to get to the 3rd game, and that's the 3rd game that's going to change every aspect of the game. If you think game 2 was bad, wait till the 3rd game comes in. But anyway, this was a great episode. We get to see more of Tenji's work as being the so-called traitor of this game. And this episode did taught us something just by looking at this, is that everybody has a dark side. Everyone has a two-face scenario. And the way Tenji has it and Yuichi has it, he's playing hard to get. Yuichi he think he's nice, but trust me, there's more to it than ever. So, again, good episode of all. Well, not the best episode, because we gotta wait a little more. But like I said, episode 4 was really good. And I look forward for next week's episode of Tomodachi game and see more of Yuichi's work as it progresses on for every game that's happening, including this one. So stay tuned for next week.